Gary Lindsay heads down to Arkansas each year for deer camp that we have during the muzzleloader season in October. In Arkansas, there's a quota that gives hunters a certain number of bear to be harvested in certain zones. Our quota filled up quick in the early season, but a few more opened up for the first of muzzleloader season. Gary headed to the woods on the first evening, and it didn't take long till he saw a bear headed his way.
But anyways, I finally got one on the ground here. I'm gonna go ahead and get him loaded up and get it back to camp and get it skinned out.
Gary was fortunate enough to take down a bear during the first couple days of muzzleloader camp. Then it was time to start aiming towards deer.
Alright guys, today is October the 23rd. I'm hunting here in Arkansas during the muzzleloading season. We're hunting on a piece of property here that my cousin has leased. We've been having quite a few pictures of deer coming in here, so we figured we'd slip in here this morning and see if maybe we can get one on the ground. We're in a stand that's called the Taj Mahal, and you'll see why here in just a little bit, but feeling pretty good. The weather's pretty good this morning. It's nice and cool, a little foggy, so pretty sure we'll see some deer here in a little bit. Just stick it out.
The first morning we went to the stand, the weather was perfect and we had super high hopes the bucks would be on their feet. A mature buck came across the field early that morning, and we decided if it came into range, Gary would try to pull the trigger on it. A couple does worked their way past the stand, so we knew it was just a matter of time before the buck would come to check her out. The buck finally turned and headed straight our way. There's only one cut through from the backfield to the field that we were in, so we knew he was going to pop out really close. Shortly after the buck came through the cut through, he knew something was up, and he turned and faded back into the timber. He worked his way through the brush up the field about 50 yards and then hit an old road and popped back out into the field. He's dropped. You dropped him. He dropped him.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Heck yeah.
That's an awesome hunt.
I'll tell you what. I like this place right here now. We're sitting in here this morning. We had a pretty good buck come out on this other side over here. And we thought we was gonna get a shot. He started to come towards us, and then a doe came out in that other side of the field, and he busted off after her. And looked back out a little bit later, and there was another doe out there. And this buck came out, and anyways, he jacked around, come around this other side over here, and cut through this little cut through where the creek is. Come out here and give us a bow shot with the muzzleloader. I'm pretty pumped. This is exciting. All right. All right, guys. It's the 4th day of the muzzleloader season here in Arkansas. Come over here to a new spot that Kyle had picked up this year, a lease that he's got. Hunting out of a blind we call the Taj Mahal because of the size of it and how nice it is. But got over here this morning a little bit before daylight and got in the blind, and not long after daylight we had a pretty good buck come out. He was mature, but he didn't come close enough for us to get a shot that I was comfortable with. And we watched him dog a doe off, and about 20-30 minutes later this boy stepped out, and we decided that he was pretty mature buck, so I wasn't too worried about the antler size. My main goal was to get a mature buck here in Arkansas. He actually had a couple does come out. He went across the field and made a scrape, and ended up, just luck had it, the does came our way and cut through this little creek crossing right over here by the blind. And he came out there about 40 yards and gave us a pretty good shot. I was able to drop him in his tracks, and I'm sure excited to be able to put my tag on a buck here in Arkansas this year. And we're going to get back after it tonight, and maybe we can get us another one or two on the ground.
Gary put a tag on his first buck for 2018, and with only a few days left of camp, we decided to stick it out at the Taj Mahal and try to fill Gary's last tag.
Alright guys, today is October the 27th. I'm hunting here in Arkansas. It's my last morning of the hunt. I've been here for a week, and I shot a pretty decent buck here 2-3 days ago, earlier in the week, and out of the same blind we call Taj Mahal. I snuck in here this morning, tried to, and I mean the deer were already in the field this morning, and I blew quite a bit of deer out, but I'm pretty confident it was dark enough that you know, some of them deer will start coming back here for long. So I'm hoping to have a pretty good day here. Like I say, it's the last morning of my hunt, so hoping to get tagged out this morning and head back to Kansas City. So we'll just stick around here and see what happens.
Last day of camp before Gary headed back to his home state of Kansas, we decided to give it one last try, and Gary was fortunate enough to get another chance at a decent 8-point that had been hanging around the area. buck chased the does around the field for a bit and headed to the edge of the field to check a scrape. It was late enough in the morning that Gary decided he better take the shot if he was going to fill his last tag.
All right, guys, if we got it done here in Arkansas today, this morning, I got tagged out on my second buck here. Got a pretty good 6-pointer the other day, and this 8 came in this morning. Wasn't too optimistic I was going to see many deer whenever I came in before daylight. I seen a bunch of flags. I ran a bunch of deer out of this field this morning, so I was kind of worried I might not see anything, but these deer are doing their thing down here right now. These bucks are going around checking for does, and sure enough, about an hour after daylight, I had a doe and a yearling come out and feed around in this clover out in this field. And here just in a little bit, she popped her head up and looked out to the end of the field there, and sure enough, this guy popped out and chased her all over the field. Gave us a pretty good show, so I was able to make a good shot on him, get tagged out here in Arkansas. I'm pretty happy to put a tag on my second buck here this year.